Thank you very much, Chris Puckett. Wow, chance. Are we setting records today? Ali seems to think so. Hey, it could happen. And not a great day for Surge fans if it does, but a very interesting series ahead of us nonetheless. Seattle Surge, Minnesota Røkkr. Surge coming off a very tough loss there at the Major, of course. That cruise missile that will go down in history as maybe the worst of all time. But for now, we can wash ourselves, not only in the joy of a HyDra hardpoint chance, but in the cool, refreshing waters of Al-Mazrah.
And look, these cool, refreshing waters will be the first time Seattle Surge get to swim on this map. An 0-0 record, so we've yet to get the first look. And I think it's one of those things that when your first look is like on a brand new map and you wait till stage 3 to actually get in the mix, it's a terrifying sight. You've been auto-vetoing it the entire year. That means they're not exactly confident. Maybe a little bit of good news for them, though. Minnesota on this map, 0-3. So if you're going to try it out and try to like build it up, might as well do it against a team that's struggling. And Minnesota Røkkr, at least on this map, haven't been quite on point.
Well, we'll see if they can remain somewhat on point. I mean, they had a fun run chance at the Major, turned a lot of heads, of course, defeating New York Subliners, winners round 1. Absolute madness. But, of course, see if Afro attach Bance and Cammy, the aBeZys of the Call of Duty League. See if they can keep things going. And Bance, he's gone. That's fine. We're going to look at Seattle Surge now, of course, on the other side of the board there. Very, very... I suppose it's a degree of frustration coming into this series chance, of course. The armchair and the Twitch chat sort of GMs were demanding change, demanding something happen, but no, the team have stuck by their guns. The coaching staff, the management, they're seeing this one through, and again, a very strong roster, wins on Vanguard, incredibly explosive turnaround, transforms Seattle Surge as an organization, transforms the team. We'll see how far they can go. Can they get it going here on MW2?
Honestly, my 2 cents is I think they did the right thing by not making a change. Like, not only did they stick together all of last year and turn it into like a very successful season, especially with 2 rookies, they just have to not be world's worst at S&D, and they'll be back to like getting second at tournaments. I think they literally were still under the 500 mark in search at Major 1, and it was good enough to find a spot in the grand finals. Like, there is one game plan and one game plan only for this team, and it is quite literally to fix that game mode, and they absolutely have the tools to do so. And I mean, I don't know if we're gonna get the look today. I know that hotel for map 2 against Røkkr, a little bit scary, but I think they can get it done. Like, it seems like that is one of the game modes that you can like properly grind out, steal strats from other teams, get in the mix, like truly go back to the lab. And like, we've seen what Surge can do. It's not a skill issue. Like, they just have to figure out the maps and they'll be fine.
Sam Phoenix in the background right now, burning Sage, trying to get rid of that Juju. It was Nate shot not too long ago. Sage in up around, I can't remember, something to do with hotel control. It was not a good look, but all of a sudden their season turned around entirely. Second place, of course, at the Major, if they can't find any more success this year. But for Seattle now, and Pred, man, what an unbelievable start he has had to his professional Call of Duty career. Last year, an incredible turnout, not only getting a big Major win in Toronto, but quite frankly, chance just being a nuisance. A truly incredible player individually, and a wonderful addition to the Seattle Surge lineup.
Oh, 100%. I mean, Rookie of the Year, almost without question. Yeah, I think his like main competition was his teammate Sid for Rookie of the Year. And certainly towards the tail end of Vanguard, Pred was having performances of like, dude, I don't know about just Rookie of the Year, like best player in the game. Started to pop up in the conversation. And I think that initially popped up in the conversation for him as well. But obviously, if you're on a team that is plagued by a single game mode, like that is not a title you are going to be able to claim. So obviously, it is a brand new stage, a brand new look. So, I mean, high expectations for Pred, especially on a map like HyDra, but it's all about that 2-5. I'm going to beat this S&D to death with Seattle Surge, more so than it's already been.
Well, I think Røkkr would also like to beat Seattle Surge to death in S&D as well, and add the 11th loss in a row, which would be the record currently held by Paris Legion way back when.
Paris,
now though, yeah, Paris, hey, got it right that time. You can't find me. But yeah, very exciting to see how this goes. Chance, the lobby has dropped again, guys, just in case you're wondering. We are waiting slowly but surely to get back into this. HyDra, gonna be a lot of fun. Røkkr chance, let's give them some love, man. Let's give them some turnaround. Of course, on paper, coming in this year, very, very exciting. Not necessarily delivered as much as I think the Røkkr fans would like, but plenty of time to turn that around. For them, last Major, a great run. Very, very solid. Not a lot of people predict them to go very far. This guy did, at least in that round 1 anyway. But I'm excited to see how far they can go, you know, this Major, this stage, running up to Major 3. I think Minnesota Røkkr, again, a very, very high ceiling team. Cammy getting back into form. Bance and attached, sort of the big brains on that squad. And of course, Afro, incredibly explosive player. Very, very fun to watch. We are going to go to a very quick break. Charles is going to think about a very well thought out and, you know, deep answer to respond to my question about what Røkkr can do to turn their season around. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. We're going to get into this game ASAP. Don't go too far. We'll be right back. Surprise, Call of Duty fans, it's game time. Seattle Surge, Minnesota Røkkr, take number 3. Let's get into this one. With fist bumps, everyone's fist bumping. Are you fist bumping at home? Fist bump your mobile device or the whatever device you're watching this game on. Fist bumps. Fist bumps in the chat. Can we get a fist bump in the chat? We get a fist bump. My dog just gave me a fist bump. Let's rock and roll.
Yeah, at least one person for sure like stood up off the couch and went and fist bumped their TV, and I appreciate that person. Lethal threats though. We talked about Pred, obviously Rookie of the Year, and talked about how his contention for that like accolade was Sib, who has been bonkers in hardpoint so far this season. Top 3 in at least the categories listed. You know you can slay. You know the man is just dripping with talent. It'll be the first look though again for Seattle on HyDra.
No one dripping yet though. Everyone has stayed above ground. Oh no, there he is attached. Ooh. Afro going down low as well. Battle upstairs. That's really where we're going to be keeping our eyes for a moment. Mack, though, spidey senses. Good work. Unfortunate timing. Gets the old water pinch. The pair of them coming out the sea like little piranhas. Nip, nip, nip. Devour him. Down to the bones. Hard point open for now. Pred's trying to keep those players at bay. Great work. Cleans up mid-map. That's all Pred. That's all Surge.
And they have to know, without question, Afro's behind him. Afro killed 2 people while he was in the water. I would love for an arrow to turn around and start looking for Afro. They have to know. And there you go. Sib finally making the move. So Seattle coming out, knowing that they need to hunt this man down. And Sib delivers exactly that. The opening break search we're looking to get. Pretty much a perfect start.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, stop the count. Ah, they're in. That's it. No, wait. Who's that? Spawned right at the back. Mack did. What an awkward gunfight that was. But Mack's still there. Spawn's still good. Bance has got to do a hell of a lot here. Stun check, keeping these players at bay. Over to P2 we now go. This is where the hard point really gets going. Afro, lovely work there. Nades over the top, indirectly helping out the squad. Now the battle close corners, and it's all Bance. Great work. 4 down, Minnesota Røkkr.
Yeah, all of that was beautiful for Surge until Cammy picked them apart, and then the teamwork from Røkkr after the fact, absolutely flawless on the hill. And frankly, they have a setup on the map right now for Seattle. I know there was 30 seconds left on the hill, but you might just have to chalk it up and just play for this new time. And I think they're going to do that. I mean, Mack gets 2 kills towards the middle of the map, but no one's making crazy moves just yet. And for the players that actually got a little bit aggressive, Bance has found an opening to get to the back. So the question is again for Seattle, can they count to 4?
We love those sort of sneaky plays. Again, it's number 5. Sib's like, something's up.
Again.
Here he is. But Benjamin Bance from the depths of HyDra creeps out towards the back, finds a kill or 2. Now, will his teammate spawn next to him? That's the game plan here. Stay alive for as long as he can. Maybe pick up the pinch. But right now, his boys are winning the fights. Let the Pred go by. No problem. This is a great play from Bance. Take notes. Future rank play teammates. I need you to be as smart as this.
I mean, it also just, yeah, there you go. The spawns come through for his team. Even knows that Pred is going to be nearby, but the trades are not in just yet. Afro, by the way, in the meantime, you got smart plays on one end. You got the skill cap plays on the other. But Afro does get shut down, and Pred also making the play towards the back of the map to keep Røkkr at bay. So a lot of funny business taking place on the map, courtesy of Benjamin Bance, but Surge have handled it very well on that P3 hill.
All you can do. is just bring raw skill to that situation. Great work from Pred there, keeping that spot alive and well. Over to the other side of the map, we oscillate once again. It's an attach. He's trying to get the job done now for Røkkr. Oh, but Mack's on the inside of Ruins. He cleans them up. He's going to have a quick dip, wash off the guts and the glory he's just picked up from that kill. Hopefully he's got spawns for his teammates. Here comes Røkkr through the top side, but accuracy's got the hill.
Oh, dude, look at this map. It's like a 2-2 foot race over towards the old hill, and then like the 2 versus 2 towards the back of the map. And while Mack gets traded, his teammates trying to play catch up. So Pred has the PF Flyers on, is trying to get to the hill as quickly as possible. But for the moment, Røkkr have the back spawns, but they do not have all the pressure as Seattle is picking them apart.
Oh, Bance was fighting the outside. Mack now bring it from the down low. Pressure is on. It's still a pinch. Spawns are getting wild and crazy. The one-handed Vaznev there from Mack gets another. And they hold it down. Backside of the map all safe now. Seattle Surge, all eyes forward. This is great time.
And so much of this is just off the back of Slang as well, but you got Slang on one end, and it may be a play. That could have been for a good chunk of time if Cammy wins the gunfight, but Mack shutting it down secures the final 20 for Surge. So a little moment like that can go a long way in a close hard point, which so far this one has been. And even for this rotation, there are players all over the map right now. Pred's going to be very loud, though, so Afro hears that the entire way.
Oh, he does. Sub points up. Simp cleaned up on the inside. It's going to be a clean set of kills. Lovely work out Minnesota Røkkr. All the members of Surge dead now. They've got to make the journey across map.
I think Bance is the first man to get past. Yeah, guess who has Dead Silence pop? That was Bance with it, and that was a lot of damage before he ends up getting dropped. So comfort right now inside the hard point. Attach knows what he needs to prepare for, and even has the Vaznev in hands. Attach no stranger to using the SMG.
Oh, he ain't. Blast from the past. He finds himself one in and out, though. Keeping these players from Surge on their toes. Mack, though, from the tippy tops of the kill feed, he's going to get another one there. 11-11 so far. Keeping things going. Lead now firmly in the hands of Røkkr. They're starting to walk away with this one somewhat. Eyes over to Cammy now. He's trying to get himself in the mix. Already, though, Surge have cut the entire map in half. No one's getting across that halfway line unless maybe they take a swim.
And this is sort of a reset, basically, from the start of the game. Obviously, Røkkr, though, with a 20-point lead going into new, but last time it was Afro in the water spot. This time it's Bance, and, I mean, he trusted himself for the gunfight, but similar to last time, it is going to be Surge in control of the hill, and the question is, how well can Surge try to keep maintaining these spawns? And it's the exact same thing. It's Afro versus Simp in the back. You love a little bit of deja vu.
First hard points up. Second set now upon us. Seattle Surge looking to get the lead back. Attach, waiting for this one. Slowly but surely, out he comes. Oh, skipping a dead. Accuracy, holding it down. Hard points all his. Pred's got the inside covered. Anyone now from Røkkr, whatever direction they take, you can hear it. Whether it's top, whether it's bottom, wherever they're going, whatever their preference, they're going to find these kills. As Pred, once again, just being a pain. Truly, his teammates keeping the hard point in hand as well. Eyes on the minimap for Simp. Number 5, he has stayed out the fight, but he's doing a great job keeping that spawn set. Doesn't have to move. Heads up play still.
Well, honestly, even for that first hill, that's the first time where it felt like things were like very stable for Seattle, where they actually had control of the map, where there's no messiness coming through, no water routes being taken. And speak of the devil, and he shall appear from the water. Afro on one side, Bance from the other, and he wins the gunfight as well. So tough to watch, and for a team playing it their first time, Røkkr are not making it easy for him.
Bance now from the back. Spots out Mack. Nades are going to do a bit of damage. That's going to help a lot. Pred, can he keep his teammate alive? He can. Great work there for Surge. Afro's up next. Steps up to the plate, and it's none. It's just chaos. Throws a smoke. Nades going off. Couldn't see a bloody thing. He's down as well. Seattle Surge, keep this lead in hand. Keep going forward.
I mean, they've just been like dealing with chaos nonstop, whether it's Afro or Bance taking the water routes, getting behind enemy lines, trying to like make the spawns mixy. And now this is perfect right now for Surge. I mean, if Simp can win an extra gunfight or two, it would have been nice, but at least you set yourselves up for free on this rotation. Everybody on Røkkr is spawning up, and I think Seattle even making sure they're nice and careful. You know, people taking deep routes right now to make sure they lock down those spawns. So this is as good as it gets for Seattle. Again, it's been difficult to stabilize this game, but they are in a good spot.
Yeah, great work. Back and forth here on this HyDra hardpoint we have gone. Simp's up next. Can he get 2? Oh no, Afro, great shots there. Back over the hardpoint, we now have it. Minnesota Røkkr are in. They haven't quite got a foothold. His fingernails right now. That's what's keeping them together. Holding on. Here comes the wind up hit. Oh no, it's Cammy doing the feed. Cammy cuts down 2. Pred, though, adds another to the kill pile. 14-9. Madness. Back and forth on the point. Seattle Surge with the closest spawns. They've got the numbers. Can they find the kills?
They got them all too. I was going to say, if Attach can make a play, you could actually pin Seattle in the back, but as soon as Seattle get the wipe, that is perfect. And now Seattle can leave the back spawns open. You already see players like Attach now getting forced towards the back. So this is a beautiful moment of opportunity for Seattle to run the score up.
Doing what they can. Seattle running the score. We're going to look now across the map. Oh, big wins from Mack. I was gearing it up. Exciting stuff, though. Minnesota Røkkr, they're in control. Let's go for a listen in.
I spawn on you. He's on the God Rock. Mack!
I'm coming
God Rock Dylan, he has the trophy.
One's P5 on me.
He's still me at the back. On time in God Rock.
One's close. P5 dead. Close. Backside close. Backside close.
Hold on. Let's double shot him.
I'll pitch in front.
I'm hard. Don't shot that. Don't shot
that. One's going globe. Cammy.
Stay left back.
Cammy's gonna go P1 or something. One shot.
Did he come back counter? He was back globe.
One shot globe cut. One's front ruins on me. Front bridge heady. Front ruins on the heady.
Clear time.
On the heady, nice.
He's close side time. I think he's God Rock. He's ran up close probably. Nice. One's gonna be in the God Rock.
Cammy was what?
Need stunning. I'm gonna look at it.
Yeah, somebody, y'all stay back.
Yeah, I will.
Nice. One shot dead. Nice. Nice.
I don't know where he's on top.
Out. Dylan, laying down. And open. Got me going to time. 2 on time.
That's 10 seconds.
Okay.
Make sure you get the back. Yeah, I'm playing low right.
I spawned out, guys.
Spawned out, Mack. Okay.
I'll run back. I'll get back. I'll get the back.
There's nothing low right. They're going through ruins and shit.
What's the front Tom? A trophy just coming. One's ruins, man. In the back. Back deep push pop. One's in you, guys. Bance. Bush rock as well. I'll spawn back here.
Hold on. He's bush rock gonna spawn to yes.
Bush rock dead.
Bance. I'm going on top.
He's close back to time. I'm coming top with you.
Weak behind the gym. Behind the gym, Bance.
Behind the gym. Ruins. No more front door.
Front door, Dante, and P1.
Røkkr over the 200-point mark now, chance, and they're once again full hard point control.
Dude, it's just the comms from Seattle or the stress of a team that have just been dealing with chaos the entire time. Røkkr are so annoying to play against. Always flipping spawns. Someone's always able to get through and get in the back and make things annoying. And Seattle constantly have tried to deal with this and actually just get control of the time. And again, a very tight game right now where both teams just clinging on for dear life. But a nice little 3 in the feed right there for Surge. They get the 4th. They're spawning him in the back, and this could be the moment of the game.
Could be. Simp, eyes up. Tags in. Cammy somehow alive. Stays a foot. Simp doing what he can to hold this position. Ball over to P1, but the nade lands just in time. Another kill from Attach. Røkkr have got the kills. Røkkr are through. Can accuracy? Can he make his way up from the depths? Dive into the timing here. He's got a Baz name in hand. This could be a big moment. Catch these players out. There's number 1. Here comes the second. Oh, my word. He does get them both. The kills are still going, and it's an open hard point for his second. Surge throwing the bodies.
And now Minnesota, though, they're going to be desperate for these kills because that rotation is not looking very sweet for them. So you want to try to get this P1 time. Not able to get it. You expect the trades to come through, or maybe Bance a little bit too quick with it. Drags 2 to the grave before he falls. And as mixy as this game is going to bend, we are guaranteed at least another hill. Although admittedly, this P1 time is still very important. You see Surge putting on the pressure. At least for Surge, no one's got behind enemy lines.
Oh my God.
It's all about this P2 hill.
Oh, this is crazy. P2's coming up soon. Seattle Surge set up for it well and truly. However, the final few seconds going to go the way of Røkkr. Makes their charge towards the end that bit easier. Here we go. Steady. Slowly. But at the end, it's going to be an absolute photo finish. 240 to 222 and climbing. Here we go. Afro, first man up. Can he get these players off the point? It's accuracy from behind. Split spawns. A slow route from Bance on the outside. Here we go. Another point.
Oh, well, you just spawn yourself in the back, though, so Surge can actually try to keep him trapped. And you see the pressure is on, taking the gunfights to him. And this is going to be it for one more break. Røkkr got the splits. Bance trying to wait for his teammates.
One break's all it's going to take, though, through the front. It's not going to happen slowly but surely. Can bend Bance to 200 IQ play. Is it going to work out? Does he have the gunny to help? His teammates are there. Trades, no! Mack, no! Nades! Pandemonium! It's done! Seattle Surge somehow pull it out. Røkkr, they took their time, but not their chances. And in the end, a wild finish. Seattle Surge take the lead.
And that is just a spicy map 1 to kick off the series. Maybe expected for Seattle to be strong in the hard points, but that was their first look on HyDra, and I think the reason they might just veto it like almost automatically is because of the stress that you have to go through to get those wins. I don't know how many times Røkkr had someone behind enemy lines, flipping those spawns, taking those water routes, but as annoying as Minnesota was to deal with, Seattle took care of business, got the job done, and set themselves up in the series. And off the back of quite a few nice performances down the line, Pred and Mack putting in some serious serious work.
And again, that is the typical Seattle Surge performance you would expect. Wonderful composure. It's never over until it's over. The Iceman struck in the end there. 1921 overall, but big kills towards the end. Massive plays on the Vaznev in that P1 situation again. Crazy stuff as Røkkr and Surge. First map comes to a close. Now the highlights, and man, I've got to say, whether it was the water routes or big individual plays, Pred had a couple of big pop-off moments. Good stuff all round, an exciting way to get things going.
It really just like felt non-stop as well. Like the number of like individual gunfight wins or kills that are coming through on literally so many different hills are what's gonna like set different teams apart. Because I mean, even towards those final moments, Afro would have been in like prime position to start killing a couple of those players off spawn, but the Seattle guys were aggressive, leaving the back spawns open. And maybe that should be the credit to Seattle of like the number of times where someone from Minnesota did get through or asking if they can count the 4 or keep track of things. It seemed like every single time they were on point with it. Admittedly, sometimes Bance was making plays hopping out of the water, so it's never perfect, but heads up Call of Duty gameplay, it seemed like for Seattle.
This is the final few seconds here, and this is it. Mack had to get at least one. Great job from him. Sadly, the nades start flying on through, but there you have it. Crazy close out there. HyDra never disappoints. Seattle Surge managed to nail that one, a 10-point difference in the end. GG's to them. Now, this, though,
The big question.
this is really where the series begins. Minnesota Røkkr, a very formidable search and destroy team. On the other side of the board, Seattle Surge. I'm getting ahead of myself, Shots. I'm getting ahead of myself. Reel me back in.
I mean, you know, we could just talk about the stats for a bit. Pred had the most kills. Surprise, surprise. I think Mack honestly probably had the most impressive performance. Not only like the clutch kills in the final hill that he needs to shut down, but I know Mack had about a minute and 20, minute and 30 inside the hard point as well. But really just a group effort. I mean, well-rounded stuff. A lot of shots hit, great accuracy. What more do you want to say other than the fact that, Miles, this could be it?
Here we go.
Record-breaking moment, man.
Here we go.
This is it.
This is it. This is going to be a historic search and destroy, however you dress it up. We go to hotel. If Seattle Surge win, they avoid the pain and the embarrassment of now being the team with the greatest search and destroy loss record in a row of 11. If they lose this, it'll be 11. Currently sitting at 10. If they win this, they break the curse and they win champs. That's a bit far-fetched, isn't it? That's a bit much. Yeah, I see
this is it. This is where you're making the chance call just straight away. I mean, hey, why not? Go for it.
I mean, quote me, bookmark it. No, but this is going to be a good one. Either way, I think, yeah, Røkkr on paper, very, very strong. Seattle Surge, it's a big deficit. We're getting all excited. I can't help myself, but it's going to be a banger. Now, I'm just looking at the bottom side of the screen. I'm looking at Surge, and I'm thinking to myself, you boys are down bad. What do you do now? What do you do? You sit, you listen to Sam Phoenix, you listen to the rest of the team, the rest of the entire, you've got a wonderful coaching staff behind you. Listen to them, trust your guts, and get going, because this is it, a big one. You do not want to lose this. Next search and destroy.
They are definitely not talking about the search and destroy. I don't know what's going on here. Either something with Pred's setup, or he's showing a breakdown of something he did on the map one. I have no idea, but
this is the ultimate.
That is not hotel S&D conversation.
I say, hey, yo, Lamar, come check this out, bro. Yo, you gotta see this, man. Yo, I don't know what this is crazy. Oh, you see that 2-piece at the back? That's another thing I'd actually like to bring up. The conversation about how important those flank kills are, how important spawns are on HyDra. Pred was the guy holding it down most of the time for his team. Or he was the man trying to sniff out the Bance or the Afro, whoever was in that back line. We saw Sib do it a few times, but those fights are so important. Those fringe battles on the outside of the map, really important. But for now, let's go in a hotel, search and destroy. Oh yeah.
And you know, if I'm looking at an individual on this map, I think Civ is the guy that I'd be paying attention to. Like if I'm thinking S&D woes for this squad on a map like Hotel, where like the pace isn't always very quick. Like you can be aggressive on offense if you want to go for the 8 plants, but there's just a massive amount of long range gunfights where it's just gunny on gunny who wants to go for the chow. So I think I'm looking at Civ to try to step up and fry, because you know, whether it's done from a gameplay or game plan perspective rather, or just someone to step up and fry for this team, it's got to be search and destroy. It has been months now. I mean, quite literally, 2 months on the dot. There you go, since their last win. And the crazy thing it was, the map they beat Atlanta on was El Asilo, which is one of Atlanta's best. So nothing about Seattle makes sense.
I'm nervous. I am nervous. Here we go. 2-2 split for Surge. 2 towards B, 2 towards A. That's going to be the bomb in hands for Mack. Nice first blood. What a kill, son. Not over yet, though. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Now it might be done. Get that bomb down, son. Here we go. Bance and Cammy do what they can now to pull this one back.
I mean, good luck on this clutch, right? No dead silence is going to be active. Simp can obviously see him down low, and whether or not he hits the shot, I mean, Bance, there's just nowhere to go. Another gunfight. Cammy just gets taken down by Pred over towards Hotel. So that's how you write it down, Mack. Just gun attached with the Vaznev, like from the top window when you're on the desk. I don't know how he does it, but Mack delivers for 2.
All right, here we go. Good job from Mack there. Nice snipe there from Sib. Everyone pulling their weight, everyone getting the job done. 1 round down. 5 to go. Big wins there for Mack.
I mean, hey, that's an ego child if I've ever seen it. Not just for the second one, but mainly for the first. So, again, try to figure something out and go for those pop-off plays. And whether it's done with an AR or with the snipe, Sib, again, I still think is going to be a very key player on this map. And for Minnesota, of course, on the flip side, the series is important for them as well. I know we're gassing up the S&D quite a bit, but you are down 0-1 in the series, and this is not a team you can afford to lose the S&D to.
I don't care about context anymore. I just need to know who wins the search and destroy. I couldn't give a rat's, mate. I just need to know. Heavy stun checks. That's going to sting. Oh, is Mack going to win it again? He does. Afro, though. Oh, baby.
Wow.
Flies in, gets 2. Picked apart from behind, though. No problem now, 2v2.
I love the aggression, though, right? You're on defense. Just go out and punch him in the mouth. 2 SMGs flying through, and now it's about how many nades do you have. Sib's going to connect with 1. Cammy sticks it, though. Doesn't cross, gets the bomb down. Accuracy, though, sent in for the kill. Doesn't check it. Attach for the clutch.
Oh, my.
And there you go. He's got the first.
He's the man to get it done. And he's popping. He's locking. He's moving. And now the Deddy. And I love this from Sib. Sib just crept all the way. Oh. He crouch walked the whole way, baby. The quads were burning. Burning. That bomb's getting a fuse. Seattle up by 2.
I mean, that's just a misstep from Attach in the clutch right there. I know everybody's thinking reposition, play S&D like a smart person. No, man, you can just snake that forever. Like, that is the only play you ever have to make. Never look back. That is COD right now in 2023, and Attach literally, the moment he gives up the snake, he dives by and Sid there to take him down.
I mean, why'd it have to be snakes? Here we go. Round 3.
I had a joke geared up and ready to go about how Attach played for FaZe too, but it just didn't come to fruition.
Hold it, brother. Hold it. It's a long season. We're nowhere near done. Round 3. Afro manages to get that first blood. Backs up immediately. Here comes this checks. Now, this little brick archway is about to get lit. But we are going to take control of that B-bomb site for Seattle Surge. And there's the plant.
Sees them all.
Oh, chef's kiss.
Hey, and look at what this does to Røkkr now, by the way. They actually have to spend so much time looking for Sub, who's going to be able to work the flank, that they're just going to be like caught in the crossfire. It is all about the timing right now on these gunfights.
Attach is aware. Oh, more than aware. Gets the kill. 3v2. Clock's ticking. Accuracy has got to go grande. And we're talking muy grande. 20 seconds now on the bomb.
He can hear him, but too late yet.
Mack, can he get another one? Clock still ticking. Last man up. You got to send Cammy out there. Or will they stick the defuse? Mack, he's going all the way round. Mack, oh, baby, gets them both. And oh, my goodness, what a play. Mackenzie melts the pair of them in kitchen. What a Deddy run.
That fries him up 400 degrees Fahrenheit, had it preheated on there for the wraparound. And honestly, the player, him in accuracy, the most criticized by a mile on this team. Mack delivers game number 1. Man on the objective. Minute and a half in the hill, kept up with Pred in slang, and now is frying in the S&D. Gets the first bloods when he needs them, and well, now clutches the 1v2 as well. Mack right now having himself a very strong series.
Technically a 1v3. You think about it, the 2 fellas on the defuse as well. Great stuff from Seattle so far. But when will the bubble burst? Afro, are you able to get another first blood for the lads? Oh, this is going to get real awkward. Mack is just atop the plant pot, or whatever that is. He's on a desk. Look at him, one leg. He's holding that angle for his dear life. Bomb down now for Røkkr, and they're a man down as well.
Oh, and Afro, yeah, just gets caught as well. I was going to say that is the man to sort of seek out and identify. And now attaching Cammy, at least they have ARs for the clutch, but Cammy is in a very tough spot. He gets sniffed out immediately. And right now, Seattle Surge.
Oh, no.
This is domination.
Who's this Seattle Surge? Where have you been for the last 10 games of Search and Bloody Destroy? Tell you what. I don't think a Seattle fan could ever be more nervous.
They don't trust this lead at all.
It's not over yet. It's 4-0. You're feeling great. The players are feeling good. However, it's not over yet.
Definitely not, but I mean, hey, they're getting the first bloods when they need them. When they're not getting the first bloods and Afro's there to pick them apart, they're there for the clutch. I think they get the 2v3 as well. They're clutching the 1v1s against Detach, which, make no mistake, that is not an easy feat to accomplish. Seattle Surge have everything working for them in this moment.
Unbelievable. 4-0. 7-1 for Mack. All the haters certainly feeling a bit funny right now. Cammy and Bance, pair of them on a bit of a donut situation. We'll see if that changes. Here comes Bance. There we go. Donut to breadstick, just like that.
Yeah, Pred, way too aggressive in that moment, so does get traded out, but still, clutch opportunity here. Mack doing his job, already has 2 plants, is looking for the third, and barely has the angle to not get killed by Attach. Great help right there for his teammates.
Holding it down together. Here comes Mack with a deadly play, looking for kill number 5 in a row. It's Bance, though. Oh, baby! Cuts him in half. The Grim Reaper. Mackenzie melts, catches another. Whoa, he stays alive as well. Good God. 25 on the clock.
Oh, he knows he's getting chased as well. Those are loud footsteps in top bedroom. By the way, another gunfight going down on the flank, and Sib is able to catch him. Seattle Surge right now looking for the 3v4, or maybe not. Accuracy. Last man standing, 12 seconds on the clock.
Classic Iceman moment. Will he win the fight? Oh, no! It's Iceman on Clutch King. And God save the king after that one. Attach wins a crucial gunfight. And Minnesota Røkkr have finally stopped the bleeding.
And Attach has had a few of those. Even yesterday, just flying forward, caught in sprint, but just brings the gunny. 3 bullets hit, 3 for the kill. Attach getting the job done, and make no mistake, he loses that. Obviously, that round is gone. So Minnesota found themselves down 4-0, but at least for the moment, they have stopped the bleeding.
That's an insane gunfight to win as well. Tough on flying at that speed. You don't ADS as fast in this game, for those wondering about it. Jump aiming, not so keen there from the assault rifle players. Now the question, can Cammy turn his donut into a go nuts and get a couple of kills? Here we go.
Oh, wow. Hey, if I'm Attach, I'm screaming at my teammates to go push B. I think he just got eyes on 3 different players. And you can already see how much like map control Bance has gotten on one side of the map. And finally, your bomb carriers headed that direction. But by the time they make this call, Seattle Surge, as aggressive as ever, are swarming on Bance. And Bance is about to have a lot of pressure on him in kitchen.
Yes, chef. What will he find? Accuracy's about to pop the back door wide open. He might do it. He does. Bangs the door as soon as he hears that dead silence get activated, which is an oxymoron when you say it out loud. Simp down on the flank. Big tags in the number 1. Can he get the second? Røkkr have been caught out. They have been sniffed and dealt with. Attach has made the run. He might be able to stay alive, but that bomb is down in a bad spot and you'll run out of time.
Dude, I just love seeing Seattle Surge actually playing with confidence and playing as a team in this game mode, right? Making those aggressive calls on offense, on defense, everywhere, and shut them down. Read them like a book, and for all the intel Røkkr got off the rip by Attach, way too slow on trying to make the wrap, and Seattle Surge way too fast. I mean, how many times have we seen Sip behind enemy lines, being annoying on the flank, on top of the fact that where Sip has like 7 kills, Mack has 9 and has been cooking them up.
Crazy. It is not over yet. What a turnaround from Seattle Surge. What an unbelievable performance from Mack. Map point for Seattle to take the lead in the series to save FaZe. Cammy still on the donut. He will be the 3rd of the season so far if Seattle win this round without him getting a kill.
Yeah, and it's just the team, man. It's everybody here for Seattle. They don't even need the trades if nobody dies unless Cammy can deliver. But everybody was grouped, so everybody gets the trades and Attach right now for the 1v2 in accuracy. Barely gets away. This is it to keep the dream alive for Minnesota. Attach has to clutch this.
He has to clutch this. It's a 1v2. The bomb has been planted in kitchen by the B-bomb site. This is it for Seattle Surge. Save FaZe. Make history.
Minnesota, I mean, he's going to wait for Deddy too, but he's just going to walk straight into a site where people are laying down in corners. So it's just, it's not easy.
No, never before has a situation been so seemingly won. Can Attach do the unthinkable. He's loud. He's Pier. It is not looking good. Accuracy, guns up. He does it! Play the music! They've finally avoided it, and the Band-Aid has been ripped with some elation across the face of Seattle Surge. The search and destroy record remains in the hands of Paris Legion. You've done it, Seattle. You've done it, and now you'll win champs. Mark my words! Maybe not. GG's, though. They take the lead 2-0 in the series.
Yep, let it be known that no one, and I mean no one, beat Seattle Surge 11 times in a row, I suppose, in Search and Destroy. So, hey, they get one on the board, had some dominant performances. Mack completely took over. Sib, I mean, honestly, had a pop-off game as well. Had the clutch that he needed against Attach for the 1v1 and whatnot. But, I mean, you have your bomb planner that is taking over games and getting the first bloods. Right now, Mack is Mr. Do-It-All. And, I mean, hey, if they could play Search and Destroy like this is a terrifying team that will be in contention. But obviously, only 2 maps in the series, still have a lot of Call of Duty left to be played.
The curse has been broken. Seattle Surge 6-1, and that is a very frightening prospect, Chance. You are not wrong, mate. Cammy managed to get a couple of kills in there, so he does avoid history this time round. But Røkkr down 2-0 here in this series. The Surge, that is an unbelievable look. They're on Hotel, 6-1, a 10-point difference to the HyDra. We can let that one slide, but now Fortress Control coming up in a moment. We'll all be looking back on this series with fond memories. Where were you when Seattle Surge didn't get 11 losses in a row? Where were you? I don't know where you are. Wherever you are, we're going to a break. Well, on the other end of this one, Fortress Control, ladies and gents. Will it be a 3-0? That'd be a surprise. We'll find out. Who walks away with control in just a moment. Don't go too far. after our pal Lottie Van Prague telling everyone to find the book and let the world burn. Well, right now, Minnesota Røkkr, you're burning, boys. About to get 3-0'd. Thanks, Chance. Here we go. Fist bumps are out. It's time to go to Fortress. It's time to play control. It's time to watch 3 defensive round wins for one of these teams.
I was about to say, you're going to see 5. I don't know what you mean by 3, but yes. One team will indeed likely take away 3 of these. Honestly, though, if there were 2 teams that actually have a significant threat of pulling together an offensive win, these would be 2 teams on that list.
Yeah.
I mean, there you go. 50% right there for the side of Seattle. Obviously, only 2-1 record, but those 2 wins is when they're pulling together an offense. And obviously, normally I'd say be on the lookout for Pred because that seems like a given, but Mack has been frying. So I feel like almost by default, definitely the player to keep in the back of your mind.
Here we go. Guns up. Afro, 1, nearly 2. Will we get any more of this one? Yeah, good looks from Røkkr. That's 3 dead.
Well, all right.
And that's what you'd expect here on Fortress. Kills come through. Bance is going to be upstairs. Do what you can to stay alive in the situation. For me now, the key for Seattle Surge, it's pace. It's keep those players out of these power positions and do what you can to find those kills. Not an easy thing to do. Bance is now posted. He's having a good time, but that's it. Aggression. Forward. Drive the spear. Sweep the legs. Good luck.
Oh, don't do it, Johnny. I mean, if we're just doing illegal moves right here, you can't go for the leg sweep. And I would be curious as well as like whoever, like the number of offensive rounds that are won in round 1 compared to the rest, just because of like the no tax and dead silence. I feel like it would make it harder to actually get out of your spawn if you don't have trophies to help you out. But it looks like Seattle, not a care in the world. Opening break didn't go well. Since then, they've even up like the kill count. They're gunning people at range. At least they have the tack at their disposal. And it is a slow capture of A.
Oh, it's slow, but it's working out so far. And this is Pred. Oh, I was going to say it in his happy place. Once he gets into those Fortress halls, able to cause a lot of damage. Here comes the hit, though. Røkkr right back onto the point. Slow and steady, not quite done yet. That's the second segment of A gone. Oh, Afro's been cleaned up as well. That may as well be the capture. A's gone. It'll be a minute 36 to play with.
Yeah, those are great nades as well. Just protecting accuracy towards the tail end of the capture there, rather. And I mean, now you get Pred, as you pointed out, back in his home. He's on a 3, Sib's on a 4, and they have swarmed this B zone. Mack's already on the point, playing the objective as he always does. And just making sure that clock is stopped. The Seattle now can win this 1 of 2 ways. A minute and a half to only get 12 kills on this map. Super doable.
Super easy. There's a couple. 5 now for Pred. Afro once again, the man upstairs takes care of it. Captain on the boat room. Afro and Cammy find those kills, keep the defensive hold going now for Minnesota Røkkr. You run out of lives though, boys. See how long they can keep this play alive.
You know, it is a standout thing of the fact that Sib is 7-3 but has a cruise missile. I think one of the few players that runs the score streak rather than the kill streak. So just throwing that in the mix out there is, I think Sib ends up getting dropped and Røkkr attempting to stabilize, and never mind. Q just killed me right there. He's back on the kill streaks. All right, well, there you go.
It's my guy right there, baby. 4 in a row now for Cammy. Back to capturing B. Cammy makes it a 5. So now slow and steady from Lamar as he does what he can. Can accuracy keep this going? Nice shots into the first. Here comes the second. Oh dear, he's out of ammo. Quick reload, can't get it done. Cammy there, once again on the cleanup. 6-7, oh! Cameron McGilligan springs to life. Final lives though for Røkkr.
Yeah, good luck with this one. Again, Seattle, you just have to trade out your kills. That is it. Group up together.
Jesus,
and
son.
That's not the start. That is a beam from attach. Still though, just 4 lives to go.
Look at Mack. He's so sneaky, the jump check there. Bance is a dead man if he creeps around this corner. Lovely work. The trophy, though, keeps the play going. Stay alive. 30 seconds.
He loves this spot. Røkkr have stabilized. This is almost how they play S&D.
Whoa. Not the last round of S&D, I hope not. Mack finds it. Accuracy. Oh, wow. It's falling to pieces. It's all falling to pieces. Oh, but Cammy gets 2 out of that one. Jiminy Crickets, what a finish. Somebody appeared in the left-hand side of Bance's camera. They thought the map was over. That was so lit.
And attach, he just connected like 10 or 11 bullets on accuracy there, and accuracy just walks it off, and Pred in there for the final swoop. But hey, able to trade your kills after the fact in the middle of the round. They absolutely push the pace. That is a very difficult round to win for Seattle because they got obliterated on the opening break, and it took a little bit to stabilize, but they ended up taking over. Sib got a cruise. And I think everybody right there on Seattle, I mean, they certainly woke up on the day and were ready to play.
Cammy in particular, 11-4, who did not have the best search and destroy, is very much active in this game. Over to Pred. The defensive work now from Seattle Surge so far, working out all right. Fred's going to get into the side of what we call maps, bottom maps. Cause as much damage as he possibly can. Very, very strong spot to be in. It's basically the pivotal point of defense here on Fortress. Ow.
Good stuns though, and Afro is there to take him down. So this is the slow crawl to try to get out of your spawn. And Mack, next one in line, takes down 2 with them, and that is job well done, because then Civ can pick up players off the cross, and Cammy, that last one standing on the push. So no zone control, no pressure just yet for Røkkr, but at least it's about 50-50. You're not quite pinned in the back.
Oh, that's a big win from Pred. A tough one indeed. 3 straight kills there from Seattle Surge. Get those boys over towards those points, slow down any kind of progress you may have got for Røkkr. Now we're going to see the counterattack. Final 30 seconds. Good luck, Røkkr. You'll need it. Can they get out? There's the tag.
Ooh.
Sib lines them up, knocks them down. Final 20 now. Good luck, Røkkr.
And now you're pinned in the back, and this is, I mean, just as bad as it gets. 0 pressure on either zone. I think there might have been like a few seconds, maybe 2 or 3, where Røkkr actually had someone standing on either point. And after that, just nothing to offer. 4 seconds left on the clock, though, for Cammy to make the hero play. And they just get absolutely stuffed, as Seattle have been looking perfect so far on control.
Minnesota Røkkr now staring down the barrel of the 3-0. Not only in control, but here in the series also. Seattle just got to capture those points once again. Lead out the kills. We've done such a great job of it so far. For Røkkr, what a comeback it'll be.
I'd say for Seattle, though, they obviously only have to win 1 more defense, and they have the game, and now they're in a situation where their record on offense is officially better than 50-50, so I think they might have the best offensive record in the league at this point on this map, at least for teams that have played it more than once. So see how good to take another crack. A little bit of a standoff with Afro does not last for long as Pred just fries him.
Sliced him right down the middle. Cammy wins a big one. He's trying to keep that A zone safe. Accuracy, what timing it was. Bance is going to be there for the trade immediately, though, but Pred is working on streaks of his own. 5 in a row now, looking for number 6. Playing it very, very slowly. Waiting for his boys to get in position, and he might catch Afro, or they might just have a little crawl fight. This is awkward. Afro's going to dip.
That's an incredibly patient play by Afro as well, because his teammates just got 2. Well, there's the lack of patience as you at least get the cruise missile on Pred, and now you get Mack in position as well, so they jump on it immediately just to get a Vazna behind enemy lines, and Mack right now just wants to be the thorn in their side.
Bance just a little too turnt, man. He flew around that corner, max speed. You've got a life lead now for Røkkr. Can you keep this one going? Common spot to be found in. Afro reads it perfectly. Pred from the inside of the truck gets a second. Oh, lordy! It's attached, though, to finally put him to bed. 30 seconds now to remain. And I tell you what, it's been a good hold from Røkkr so far.
And 17 kills in only the 3rd round right now. So Mack, again, has been frying in this series. MVP for sure. And he's not done yet. 20 seconds left on the clock. It's a good chunk of time. You get 2 bodies on A, an extra tick captured. And Minnesota Røkkr not quite stuck in your spawn, but they got to work their way out.
Oh, here come the trades. That's great work from Attach to stay alive. But oh, dear. 1 man remains. Sib. Will he get the capture? Attach has got to go. You've got to just bang him through the truck. Let him have it. Don't let him capture the point. Oh, no, it's another minute to go.
Oh, and they're challenged too, and that is just extra lives being thrown away. And now Sib has an opening. Him and Accuracy, the 2 ARs, working the bottom side of the minimap. They know what these gunfights are going to look like. That doesn't make them easy, but they still have that pressure.
Here we go. Hang on, Røkkr. Try to force another round. 5 now in a row from Sib. He's still got the streaks to go. Pred's finding kills in there, inside of Fortress as well. And Bance from the back line, taken care of. Sib rips the head clean off. Final 50 seconds.
Well, if he wanted a second cruise, he was able to earn it. 11v9 on live, so it's not nearly as advantageous for Seattle as the previous go-around. It looks like Røkkr are a little bit more stable on defense, but I say stable. They've already given up a zone, and they're still having all sorts of problems, and Sib adding an extra problem to the category. Here comes the cruise.
Here comes the cruise. No good. He remains safe for now. You held Accuracy at bay. Come up on 20 seconds, and Røkkr have found that special source. Whatever was in that book, taking a page out of it for now. Just still ticking the time away. 7 lives either side.
This is going to be so tough, though. It's just you're going to have to get past this front line of players, and yeah, the trades are too easy. Watching these front two doors. Well, it should be easy unless Pred can pick up 2. And now it's a 5v4. And now Cammy's forced to invest his. But honestly, this might be time for all these players on Seattle to just reposition.
They're stacked up. Here comes the hit. Trophy saves the day. First segment's long gone. Second, here it goes. You gotta get in there. Whoa, my God, it's all down to Afro. Last man. Can he stop the capture? He's got to kill Mack. It's a straight 1v1. Here comes Pred to back him up. It's done. It's a 3-0. And Seattle Surge are back.
Well, welcome back. Not that we ever thought they would go too far, but the extra threat when this team is winning searches. I mean, they were dangerous before. But if they can play with a little bit of flow, and I tell you, they were playing with all the confidence in the world this entire series. That is a scary looking search.
Oh my word. What an unbelievable turnaround. Røkkr just not able to find anything there on the defensive rounds on aBeZy Fortress, and that hotel search destroy chance. I mean, not only did it save Seattle Surge reputation here in the league, they worked so bloody hard to repair. But what a dominant performance it was indeed. That was a game changer. Mack absolutely slaughtered them in game number 2. And the first game as well, I mean, Røkkr had a brilliant lead, good hold, all the right decisions were there, but they could not win the gunfights against Surge, and a 10-point differential in the hard point. What an incredibly close series, what an exciting one. But a 3-0 nonetheless. Seattle Surge, a big win for them.
And I mean, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that might only be like the second time this year where a team is just like gotten a 3-0 on aBeZy and won 2 offensive rounds. I think Boston did it to Atlanta in like the first series, at least we casted of the year, but that is one of the heaviest beatdowns we have seen on this map all year long. The same can be said on that hotel as well. And admittedly, the HyDra was a nail biter, but that was the first time Seattle have played it all year, and they still took care of business. That is a way to kick off your stage 3.
Fantastic stuff from them. And they can see Seattle Surge
in shorts.
Joyous scenes for them. Great catch, Pred. Good hands, man. He almost dropped his phone. That'd have been embarrassing. Everyone getting the tweets out as you should. GG's. You know, 3-0 against Røkkr. GG's. Play someone next. That's how it goes, man. Wow. Crazy day of games. Crazy. Was it the second 3-0 that Seattle Surge have had this year, Chances? London was the first one. I think we saw in the stats there. So kudos to them. Congrats. Back into it. Who cares? Desk, take it away. What a day. What a day.
What a day and what a finish here for the Surge, a 3-0. And before we break down how they got that victory, I want to call out something that might be happening in Minnesota. The unraveling. As you saw, Afro rage quit at the end of a game 5 against the Subliners yesterday. Tonight, he slaps his camera at the end of the match, and that is going to earn him a fine. So, Afro, we feel for you. Enjoy your Sunday off. We hope to see a happier version next week. But Seattle is the team that is going to have all smiles tonight. Allie, let's start with you here. Yeah. This was a team, 10 straight losses in Search and Destroy, a potential opportunity to set the record for most consecutive Search losses. They look good.
Yeah, not the record that you wanted to break and or set. You just tie it for now, thank goodness. But, I mean, Seattle was a great showing overall. This is a team that at any point, you know, when they are all on the same page, you know, sticking to the GP on GD is kind of their saying heading forward. And we finally saw it here to start of stage 3. So a big turnaround, a big bounce back as well. It's against a team, the Minnesota Røkkr, that played fairly well at our Major II LAN event and have been playing fairly well since the beginning of the season. So to take this in the fashion that they did after that close map won by 10 points, it was Mack, it was Sib in the game number 2, 10-3 for Mackenzie Melts, 8-2 for Sib, and then heading into that Fortress control, I mean, it was just dominant overall.
Nameless, this is a squad in the Røkkr that went to a round 11 against the Subliners, a team that we've always considered to be one of the best in the league. Is this just a matchup advantage for Surge, or was Røkkr playing a little flat tonight in your eyes?
Yeah, you know, we were talking about this in the green room a little bit. Sometimes you just match up really bad against some teams. I feel like versus Seattle, it might be that, especially when they're playing well in Search and Destroy, which we will talk about here in a little bit. But, you know, in terms of the respawns, like, we just seen Bance and Afro look human once again. Like, they didn't have those superstar performances like they've been having throughout Major II, and that's the big concern when you look at the Minnesota team. But just talk about the Seattle team, how it's been such a struggle for them, man. man. Losing so many series, not playing well online, bombing out at the major, and they have a turnaround like this when everyone, myself included, is saying they need a roster change, and they just stick to their guns and trust themselves to fix it. And what do we see in this series? They played maps that they don't play, Puckett. They played HyDra for the first time. They win it by 10 points. We see them go into the hotel search and destroy. 0-2 on that map. They get a victory in this series. That's a lot of improvement.
Congratulations to the Surge. That first map, by the way, the difference was about 2 bullets if you're looking at it, and 1 kill. The 10-point advantage, though, was enough to start the 3-0. We have to take a look, though, at our scuff play of the game. Allie, we were getting really excited because Mack Melts did not have the finish he wanted back in Boston. But today, he started off this Surge hot, and he had so many highlight plays.
Absolutely. I feel like Mack is definitely one of those underrated players, just because sometimes he's had some of these slow series, and he's the one that kind of catches the flack. But there's also so many situations where he's the player leading the way and making these ginormous plays, just like when they fell short, unfortunately, in that series against Boston when it came to the cruise missile. He's the one that went on a spree in the first place on that Fortress hardpoint to get them into a possibility of winning that series. So to see him come out the way he did starting stage 3, it's looking good for the Seattle Surge.
That is our scuff play of the game. Mack Melts in Search and Destroy, and the Subliners get their first win in a long while, a much-needed victory. We're joined now, though, by Mack, and we got to talk about this series. Mack, first of all, do you have any epic handshakes with Lamar like we saw between Sib and Lamar at the end there?
Nah, no epic handshakes yet, but that's in the work. Don't worry.
It's in the works, so we'll have to keep our eyes out for that one. Congratulations on the win, you know, a bounce back that you guys definitely needed. Talk to me about the work that went into Search and Destroy heading into stage 3, because obviously 10 spree loss streak, not very favorable.
Yeah, so I mean, the practice leading up to this match was just night and day compared to how it was, especially in S&D. We're just playing more confident, more loose, talking to each other more, and yeah, we're just kind of working together, and it's hopefully we keep this up.
Mack, we see you guys playing some maps you don't typically play. Hotel hasn't been a great one for you guys. Haven't had a big sample size. We see that in this series, and we also see HyDra hardpoint. So are you guys coming into this stage, working on your map pool, trying to expand to get a bigger edge?
Yeah, we're trying to expand on the map pool, but really just practice leading up to this match. We've gotten better at HyDra and stuff like that, and yeah, I mean, really the main thing for us has just been the intensity in practice. We've really stepped it up, and yeah, it's showing. So
Mack, I wanted to ask you specifically, because I watched the video that Seattle released after your guys majored your performance, and you had something to say that you guys weren't taking Search and Destroy practice seriously. What did you mean by that, and what specifically was the change where it became more serious?
I don't think there's anything specific. We just kind of, we just woke up. We just weren't really going as hard as we should be. And yeah, we just kind of got tired of it. We knew that we weren't playing like ourselves. So every time we walked into that practice room, we just gave our 110%, and yeah.
Okay.
Looking back, you guys had a tough time in the Major I qualifier. I know Lamar had some family issues going on, that he was in the hospital in and out after practice. Major 2, you guys came in, though, again with the 9th through 12th seed. Has online play been a struggle for you? Is it a LAN issue for you guys, or you feel like you're just now finding your form?
I think we're just finding our form, honestly. Our practice has been fantastic, and yeah, hopefully we use this as momentum and keep the rest of the split good.
I had to ask it for the chat. Some people are wondering, not me, Mack. I knew the answer all along. Mack, we're going to let you celebrate tonight. Congratulations on getting a dub with the team.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good one.
That is Mack Melts from Seattle Surge. They walk away with the final victory on the night, but we had 4 matches today. Let's break them all down, starting with the beginning with Boston matched up against London. Now, remember, London was coming in with the 12th seed. They didn't make any roster swaps. Meanwhile, you had Boston coming off a 3-1 with Beans having a rough series against Toronto yesterday. The man turned it around today.
And to that point, though, I will say the London Royal Ravens didn't necessarily look bad in this series, but you could also turn that on the side of its head and be like, Boston maybe didn't play the cleanest map for Røkkr that we've seen from them, and maybe not the cleanest hotel S&D, but can I just say that El Asilo 3-0 was just prime, and I feel like we really got to look into what Beans is looking to add into this roster. Again, our first look into him was a little bit underwhelming, but in this series, I feel like there were so many clutch moments that went on top of his gameplay and his shoulders, and I'm excited to see what they do moving forward.
Nameless, I felt like London dropped the ball, though. That first map, 248. Your opponent needs about 35 points. They let them back, and it seemed that this series could have been theirs, the 3-1.
It could have been, man. It just comes down to like the small plays, right? Like it's very tough. They let Vivid make a big play and break on in to Diner. But either way, like London, they looked a little bit better today. It's just tough. You keep getting lost. You need points, Chris.
Our second match of the day featured your champions from Boston. Atlanta FaZe came in and slapped the Mutineers around. We saw Fellow in the mix, Brack on the lineup, and none of it mattered because Atlanta FaZe had Simp frying once again. The man took over that game 2 and 3.
This was a terrifying match. If you're the rest of the league, like we're all sitting here talking about it, the whole community's like, all right, Florida, we really like this change.
Yeah.
Right? You look at the Betos and you're like, oh, Florida's got a CeeLo Search and Destroy. It's their best map, 5-0. But what happens? FaZe comes in this series and absolutely cooks them. We didn't get to see if this Florida Mutineers team got better at all because they just ran into a red-hot FaZe where everybody was frying and Slasher was putting up MVP numbers. So I'm just excited to see this FaZe team continue, see if they get better, and also Florida versus the rest of the league.
Allie, what's your takeaway on Florida? Should we be worried?
I don't know so much about worried. I think I agree with Ann here with the fact they just ran into a red-hot FaZe.
Red-hot FaZe. That's Atlanta FaZe. They hold down the #1 spot. OpTic on the left side of your scoreboard when we look at the standings. Today, going up against the Guerrillas. And, well, this one, little too close for comfort until that final game 5. Huke shutting it down with a 14-1 run.
Yeah, I will say this is a huge win for OpTic Texas. Obviously, not just because of the addition of Ghosty on this roster and our first look at him in the CDL, but more so because of that strength of schedule that is coming up. This is a loss that they did not want to take at the start of our Stage 3 qualifiers. And I have to say, the Search and Destroy, I think, was pretty impressive for me. We still have yet to see those snipers pulled out.